Movement is all around us. Some things help us move around, like cars, elevators, and bicycles. Other things we can move, like when we push a door, lift a backpack, or pull a wagon. But have you ever wondered how things move? We create movement using our bodies when we push, pull, or lift things. Sometimes you might hear someone say that it took a lot of effort or energy in order to move something. Instead of calling this effort, in science, we call this force. Using force, we can move all sorts of things. But sometimes our bodies can't create enough force on their own. We can use our force more effectively using special tools called simple machines. Simple machines are just tools that help us move things more easily. There are 6 different simple machines that we find in our daily life. The inclined plane, which you might know as a ramp, the pulley, the wheel and axle, the lever, the screw, and the wedge. In this video, we're going to show you how to make your own pulley, and explore how this simple machine makes movement a little easier. Our first simple machine can help us when we need to lift something straight up. Instead of lifting an object up with our hands, we can attach it to a pulley, allowing us to pull down on a cable to lift the object up. Pulleys are used in many situations where an object needs to be lifted straight up, including elevators, construction cranes, and even the pull string on window blinds. To set up our pulley, we will need a broom, an apple, a toilet paper roll, scissors, dental floss, masking tape, some books, and a lot of pennies. Since we are using scissors and tying some knots with our dental floss, you may need an adult to help you use these. Check out our website too, where you can also print out an observation chart. This will help us write down what we do, see, and think during the experiment. To help us measure how much force it takes for our pulley to lift an apple, we can tie a cup to the other side of our cable and fill it with pennies or other coins as long as they are all the same type of coin. When enough pennies are added to this cup, the apple will be lifted into the air. Try holding your apple in your hand to feel its weight. How many pennies do you think you'll need to lift your apple? You can record your estimate using your observation chart. To start building our pulley, we need to first make a pulley wheel. We can create this using a broom and a toilet paper tube. By sliding the tube onto the broom handle, we create a wheel that can be spun as the floss turns around it. When we pull our floss over the toilet paper tube, it will move around the broom head more easily now. When we spin this wheel, our floss may fall off. To prevent this, we can wrap tape in a thick layer on both sides of the tube. This creates a barrier stopping the floss from sliding off. To make our pulley wheel stay in one place, you can do this by taking a household broom and laying it down with its broom head on a desk. Leave only a small part of the broom handle sticking over the edge of the table. Next, place a heavy object on top of the broom head. This will keep it from moving when our floss is pulling down on it. Next up, we need to connect our apple to one end of our pulley cable. We can do this by spinning floss around our apple and then wrapping tape around the floss. Make sure that it is attached strong enough that you can hang the apple off the ground. To cut our floss to the right length, place your apple on the floor, pull the floss over the top of the pulley wheel, and stop when you have a ruler's length of floss dangling over the edge, and then cut the floss. When you pull this end of the floss, the apple will lift off of the floor. Sometimes changing the direction of our force can make moving something feel easier. To measure the weight needed to lift our apple, we need to attach our penny cup to the other side of our floss cable. Punch holes in either side of the cup, then push the floss through those holes. Finally, tie the end of the floss in a loop in order to secure your cup. Now, our pulley is ready to be tested. With the apple resting on the floor and your cup hanging from the other end of the floss, begin adding pennies to your cup. Soon enough, your apple will lift up, while the penny cup falls to the ground. How many pennies did it take to lift your pulley up? Did it match your estimation? We needed 129 pennies to lift our apple off of the ground. Everyone's apple is different, so your results may be different than ours. If you had a bigger or smaller number, make sure to let us know in the comments, or tweet at us using hashtag ScienceCityAtHome. Record the results of your test on your observation chart, and now you've created a recording of your scientific findings. Hold on to this, because we'll be using it in our next experiment to compare the helpfulness of pulleys with the helpfulness of inclined planes. For this experiment, we built a pulley that was able to use the weight of pennies and the force of gravity to help lift the weight of an apple up a certain distance. This made the work of lifting the apple easier for us because we changed the direction of force needed and allowed pennies and gravity to do the work for us. How do you think you can use pulleys to make your life easier? We challenge you to build a pulley at home that accomplishes a certain task by using gravity and a change in direction. Can you make a system of pulleys with more than one pulley in it? How do you think the number of pennies will change as you change what objects you are lifting? We would love to see your projects and experiments, so please share them with us. You can do this by sharing a post on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, and tagging us using our hashtag ScienceCityAtHome. We hope that you enjoyed the first video from our new series, Science, and we hope that you stay tuned for upcoming videos where we show you more experiments that you can do at home. In our next video, we'll explore a second type of simple machine, the inclined plane, and we'll see how it makes lifting easier. Until next time, keep exploring.